Clark, behind us right now. You sense, especially with the better teams, a change in attitude. The end is near, and positioning begins to play a role.
Yeah, and they're starting to refine their team, their rotations, their patterns for the playoffs. Those teams that are going to play in the playoffs, they're thinking big picture and rest and preparation for the second season, which is the most important.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Russell Westbrook out there with Eustace. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Anthony. And it's Adams in at the 5 spot. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
And Russell Westbrook is as explosive a guard as we've seen in the history of the game. An incredibly gifted scorer who can also punch it on you.
The first one falls.
And one thing you have to say about Russell Westbrook, he is an absolute star. I mean, the type of player you can build around and win with. Just the total package on the offensive end of the floor.
And Russell Westbrook drops them both. The numbers Westbrook put up last season in his MVP run, Greg, just staggering.
And you figured his numbers would get a bump, but I don't think anybody could have expected this guy to average a triple-double. I mean, arguably the most impactful superstar in the league.
Now here's Barnes. He picked up 21 points in their last win against Indiana.
And one of the big ways he came through was at the foul line. They couldn't contain him. He was equally effective at scoring baskets as well as getting to the line.
Now here is Smith following the miss by Carmelo Anthony. Smith with it. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Indiana. Just 5 to shoot. There's a good screen. And here's Barea outside. He can't get it to go. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
And you know, Greg, they were sinking shots left and right, and that's got to be demoralizing for the defense. They were in a real zone.
Adams' shot is good.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Now Matthews. Last game he had 13. Nowitzki a screen. Matthews against George. And Matthews kicks to Nowitzki. Here's Barea. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
Not looking good for him so far. 4 straight misses to start the game.
Eustace passes to Carmelo. And the shot will not go from Eustace. For Dallas, they've gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. There's the screen. Nowitzki a screen. Here's Barea. The kick out to Barnes. Good, and it's Barea who picks up the assist.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
The Thunder with the lead. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Here's Westbrook. Goes back up. And he lays it up and in.
And I love the confidence and energy Westbrook plays with. Just an excellent scorer once he gets good position inside.
Now here is Smith. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Boy, it's a thing of beauty watching him attack the defense like that. I mean, they wanted no part of him on that layup.
And when you look at Dennis Smith Jr., you aren't blown away by the physicality at first, but he's incredibly gifted for a player his size. Great speed and quickness to blow by defenders.
So many great point guards in this year's draft. Greg, what stands out to you about North Carolina State's Dennis Smith?
Well, I think he's the best athlete of them all. A terror off the bounce, great toughness, And he's drawn some comparison to Stevie Francis when you talk about his bounce and physicality.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead.
Got to appreciate Dennis Smith now. I mean, this guy is terrific at scoring from everywhere. Very athletic and explosive.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. Thunder have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Westbrook with a wide open look. They get the rebound. No good with the layup.
Boy, the defense did an awesome job there, Kevin. Big time work. Really distracting them, throwing off the shot. That's how you do it on D.
Matthews dishes to Barea. Screen by Smith. And Nowitzki has it in the corner. Good, and it's Barea who picks up the assist.
Hey, I'll tell you what, Nowitzki is one of the best three-point shooters of all time, and if you talk about big guys, he may be the very best.
Eustace kicks to Westbrook. To stop the run, Westbrook missing again.
You know, this just hasn't been his quarter. I mean, he doesn't seem to be comfortable at all, particularly shooting. I mean, he knows he's struggling right now.
Sinks the three-pointer.
And Matthews crosses up the defense with his catch-and-shoot J. You can't afford to lay off of him.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession.
And looking now at some numbers for Steven Adams. What a run he's been on over the past few weeks. 8th in field goal percentage, 13th in steals, and he's among the top 15 in rebounding. Just a powerful presence in the paint.
And back to his phenomenal efficiency from 3, top 10 in the league. His consistent shooting creates so many openings in the defense. Smith for 3. The Mavericks rebound. And he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle too.
Much respect to Matthews for his focus. I mean, you can't tie this guy down. I mean, he's excellent at scoring through contact.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Mavericks.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
Also, guys, the passing has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy with all those assists.
One shot.
And Wes Matthews, known as a two-way player. Clark, which aspect stands out to you the most? His offense or his defensive game?
Well, I think it's his offensive game from the standpoint of making the three-point shot. He's become a laser out there, and defensively very competitive, takes the challenge. He's rugged and tough and plays with the edge of a guy who wasn't drafted. Offensively, he can post you up a little bit too.
And we just had one of the closer MVP races in recent memory. Clark, do you define the MVP as a player with the most impressive stats, or the best player on the best team, or somewhere in between?
Kevin, to me, the MVP is an individual award. Clearly, we play a team game in the NBA, and a team's performance is part of that, but it's a small part of it to me. An MVP performance is one that not only has consistent high-level statistical production, influences winning at a good rate, but also stands out in the magnitude of the moments this player has over the course of the season. Those two things drive the needle for me as an MVP voter if I had such a vote.
Chance now to take a look at the steal numbers over the last couple months. The scope of that for George.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
Thunder trailing by 10. Right side, Westbrook. Over Smith. The shot's good from Westbrook. Westbrook's got 6.
Nice to see how easy he takes over games. Makes it look elementary. I mean, that's why they feed him the rock so much.
They set the pick. Nowitzki with the screen on Anthony. Over in the corner, Barnes. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. Barea's got his 4th assist in this one. Thunder have gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. Westbrook against Smith, and good that time. Adams has got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now here's Matthews. He's got 6. Down low, Nowitzki, and he finishes nicely on the layup. He's got 5.
And jumping out like this, man, you automatically start thinking blowout.
Yeah, you know, it's early for sure, but still, they're flat out owning this team right now.
Anthony against Barnes. Again, Oklahoma City.
And the defense can only do so much when Anthony is locked in. There's nothing you can do to stop that guy.
Now here's Barea. Against Indiana, he was really on his game. Barnes passes to Nowitzki. Down it goes, his 3rd basket. He's now 3 for 4.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Giving up too many open shots. I mean, that's what's happening here, Greg. They look to me to be a bit sluggish.
Now here's Westbrook. He has 6, and stolen by Barnes. And now the fast break. Matthews with the ball, and Matthews throws it down.
And Matthews is a wily, crafty defender. Phenomenal at knowing when to go for steals, using his body and his quick hands to disrupt the offense.
Here's George. Really played well against Orlando in his last outing. Off the screen, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Really hard to think of a more impactful perimeter defender than PG, Paul George. I mean, his combination of size, athleticism, and technique enabled him to smother the opposition at times.
First one falls for him. And Paul George, a lockdown defender at 6'9", Clark 6'10". He has the foot speed to stay with players a foot shorter.
Yeah, he's a very unique defender with his size, length, and speed and athleticism. Gets around screens, doesn't get screened. He can recover the shooters. I mean, he's the real complete package at the defensive end.
And both free throws good for Paul George.
I tell you what, Paul George, one of the more entertaining and fun guys to watch in the league. I mean, he's an elite player thanks to his outstanding shooting and ball handling ability, and he's got platinum-level athleticism.
Now here's McDermott. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Indiana. Here's Matthews. It's hauled in by Adams.
Got to give the defense credit. That was a great contest on a high percentage shot in the paint.
Matthews against Felton. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Felton's got it back down to single digits for Oklahoma City.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the limb.
Trickeration. I like that, partner. That's pretty strong word creation. And you've got to be creative, though, whether you're commentating or hooping, especially when you're going inside.
Here is Matthews, following the basket by Raymond Felton. And again, Wesley Matthews. Matthews has got 10 points in the game.
Kevin, he's been flat out phenomenal, superb, scintillating this quarter. He's carving them up, knocking down everything.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. We always talk about what a good shot is from time to time. Clark, how would you define a good shot in the context of an offensive possession set?
To me, Kevin, a good shot is a shot that a guy can make 60 to 80% of the time when he takes it, whether that's a three-point shot, your post-up moves, your mid-range jump shots. Those are quality shots. And then the other piece of it is you don't want to take a lot of contested shots. You can make them as a pro, but good shots are shots you can make 60 to 80% of the time, and usually that means you're getting open shots versus contested shots. Well, you hear a lot of disparaging, hating remarks directed towards jump shooting teams, but the Mavericks make no apologies. I mean, that's their game offensively, and that's their story, and they're sticking to it.
And the Thunder with some changes. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for George. And Alex Abrinas subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Here's Felton. He had 13 points in the win against Orlando. Shoots off the screen. That shot, no good. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. And you look at the numbers, whether it's three-pointers or mid-range shots, spot up or pull-up, you name it. If it's a jumper, Dallas will live off it.
And you know what, Kevin? If the NBA game was played more like a game of horse, they would be a powerhouse. And, you know, with their defensive scheme clogging the paint, they dare opponents to get into a shoot it out with them because they feel like they win that game most times.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now here's Matthews. 10 points for him. 6 on the shot clock. Fires the three. Another three for Dallas.
And the defense is in disbelief here. Triple after triple.
When that happens, you simply just hope they start cooling off.
Here's Felton. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Here's Farrell. There's a good screen. Outside Matthews. Inside, Mejri, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Clearly in great rhythm. They've got it going on. I mean, in a big way. Excellent job at establishing a huge lead early on.
Here's Adams. It doesn't go for him. And it's Dallas the other way. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
And this is why scouting is so important. You've got to be able to identify those role players who can complement what your team does.
And you know what, Greg? Every team has guys that play different roles. As a matter of fact, most players in the league are role players. It's a matter of understanding your role and doing it well because role players are just as important as the stars.
Now here's Felton after the miss from Doug McDermott. Screen by Adams. Here's Abrinas. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Orlando.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I mean, not a lot of effort put forth on defense there. I mean, I think he's definitely got to play up on him more and off the screen in that situation.
And here are the Mavericks now, following the score by Oklahoma City.
Man, they are doing some damage from deep.
Which is the main reason, partner, they're sitting on this big lead. Awesome shooting so far.
Here's Abrinas. He averages about 5 points a game. And it's Grant in the corner. Patterson, the screen. Off the screen. And he knocks down the jumper. Grant's got his first bucket in this one.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Farrell kicks to McDermott. Outside Matthews. Here's Mejri. And too long on the shot.
And the defender was very apathetic there. Fortunately for them, he missed that mid-range jumper.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Outside Felton. Back to Patterson. Here's Grant. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Matthews. No good that time. And so it's Dallas. 13 points up at the end of the period. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And power forward Patrick Patterson, getting better every season. He said that his college career at Kentucky really helped prepare him for his life as a pro.
I think my 3 years at Kentucky, caused what I am now, as far as being a sound player, a guy who's not all about himself, who puts his team first and who works hard and who doesn't talk back, who doesn't do the negative things. He's a team player, he's a team guy, and he works hard.
Patterson Clark, exactly the guy he says he is, and that's why he's one of those glue guys you've got to have on your team.
And the kind of guy who his teammates love, because they know he's always going to have their back, always going to work hard, and always going to bring it.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And a comfortable margin for the Mavericks here, guys.
They've gotten that perimeter game going in that first, and for me, that was the difference.
Yep, firing with confidence, in rhythm, Greg. I mean, not allowing the defense to take a break.
They've got Mejri. Farrell is out there with Matthews. Then it's McDermott. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. Farrell for three. The rebound by Grant. Thunder trailing by 11. Here's Abrinas. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Patterson, the screen. 5 to shoot. Out left to the wing. Takes a three. Shot clock reset for Oklahoma City. And there's the pass to Ferguson. Here's Abrinas. He's covered by Matthews. Ferguson misses. Dallas leading by 11. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Here's Farrell. He's covered by Felton. Back to Matthews. From deep three-point range. And it's Matthews again missing. Thunder trailing by 11. Felton kicks to Grant. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Here's Abrinas. Offensive rebound. And the lead is down inside single digits. Grant's got his second bucket tonight.
And I tell you, I love watching Grant get busy down there. I mean, his impressive leaping ability and his quick release on the shot allow him to score at a high rate down low.
You two players.
And so it's Dallas with it. And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Now let's take a look at how the shots have been divided up between three-point shots and two-point shots for Dallas.
Liking the effectiveness they've shown here from three-point land. And I say, hey, shoot it more. They've been successful with a high field goal percentage, and we'll see if that continues to be a part of their arsenal.
Quarter two and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Screen by Grant. And it's Abrinas in the corner. Patterson, the screen. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. We know that getting to the free throw line is almost a skill unto itself, Clark. Which players are elite in your mind in their ability to draw contact?
Well, Kevin, one of the first guys that comes to mind is James Harden, and Russell Westbrook would be another. So good at attacking the defense, putting their bodies into the defender, and because of that, they make it hard for the defenders to guard them without fouling. But those two guys come to mind right away in having that skill of drawing fouls.
First free throw is good. And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Carmelo Anthony is checked in for Oklahoma City. Westbrook comes in for Raymond Felton. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Textbook shooting from the stripe. Great form, soft release. Mark it up.
Barea dishes to Smith. Powell kicks to Smith. Nowitzki with the screen on Patterson. Tries to snap the cold streak. Nice shot by Smith.
Yeah, Smith makes you pay when he gets inside. Despite not being that big, he's got a lot of game in the paint.
Westbrook kicks to Anthony. Fast break Dallas. Here's Barnes, and it's Barnes slamming it down.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
Well, you know, the Mavericks are looking to refresh the roster with some younger players, kind of interject some youth into that roster. And Dwight Powell, an athletic big man, is making a case as being a key part of that youth movement.
Paul George is checked in for Oklahoma City. Eustace comes in for Alex Abrinas. Thunder trailing by 11. And Powell is toyed with a three-point shot, Clark, but has yet to convert at a high rate from out there.
And you know what, Kevin, at this point, if he's finishing around the rim, I think that's most effective. 6'11" with pretty good leaping ability. I mean, he can punch it on you with ease.
Dallas has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Smith the pass to Barea. Powell with the screen. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. For 3, Smith. Not going to go that time. Excellent D there from George. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Unloads from 13. It's rebounded by Dallas. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. When this game is done, they'll be off to Chicago as they take on the Bulls. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Screen by Smith. Powell kicks to Nowitzki. 5 on the clock. Eustace grabs the board. Thunder trailing by 9. Shoots a 3. That doesn't fall either. He's missed his first 2 shots tonight. Kicks it to Smith. Fires from deep. And the 3 ball is good. Smith's got 9.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
From deep, George now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game.
And the range that George has, I mean, he is a knockdown threat from the perimeter.
Smith dishes to Barnes. Shoots from 14. Tips it. Great positioning on the putback.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And George, here we go. He got right to the cup using that screen. George has got 5 points now this quarter. Mavericks leading by 9. To the paint, stolen by George. And now it's Westbrook running. He can go all the way. And Westbrook throws it down hard.
Hey, it's one thing to have the physical attributes, the length, the athleticism to play good defense. But the other part of it is the instincts. And George thinks and feels things defensively as well as anybody in the league, and really excellent instincts at that end of the floor.
Here's Barnes following the score by Oklahoma City. Powell with the screen, just 5 to shoot. Goes up to the stripe, and the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
Well, I tell you what, he's putting together quite a game here, knocking down shots and building upon this lead.
Barnes against George. Pass to Eustace, expanding his range. It's rebounded by Dallas. Barnes has got his 3rd rebound on the night. Passes to Barea. Nowitzki a screen. The dish to Smith. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. Barea's got 5 assists tonight.
After having none in the first, he gets 2 3-point shots to go here.
Now here's Westbrook. 8 points his last outing. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And when you watch Russell Westbrook play, he's one of the most competitive players in the NBA.
And with the way he attacks the rim and plays with just no abandon, I mean, this guy is no joke. Absolutely wills himself and his team to just do things that few others can, and relentless from the first quarter to the last whistle.
2.
He's off on the first. And Clark, when you think back to your career, what do you miss the most about playing in the National Basketball Association?
Well, you know, for me, Kevin, because my career was cut short due to injury, I missed the opportunity to see how good I could have been on a winning team, on a playoff team. Back in the early 80s, the Pacers were building towards that, and I never got a chance to be part of a playoff team. And the camaraderie you establish in going through the shared misery and joy of competing is something that's special and unique to sports, and you really don't find it in any other venue.
Now, here is Smith. He's got 12. They set the pick. Feeds to Barea. Nowitzki, the pass to Powell. Barnes kicks to Nowitzki. Over George. And another basket for Dallas.
You know, Nowitzki, dangerous from mid-range. I mean, with his size, quick trigger release, high release point, I mean, he's almost impossible to guard.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Smith dishes to Nowitzki. Screen by Smith. And here's Barea, looking for his first basket still in this one. The drive by Barnes. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Thunder trailing by 13. Here's Eustace. Outside for George. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. George has got 10 points in the game.
Sometimes trailing in the game, players get sucked into trying to make that home run play.
Yeah, trying to get it all back in a hurry, and you're right on that, but these threes they're taking have not helped. They're trying to catch fire, and they've yet to find the match.
And that's how you answer back.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, go right back at them. Show them you can shoot from outside all night long.
Eustace passes to Westbrook. Pass to Eustace. Takes the three. The shot will not fall. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Smith with it. He's got 12. Dishes it to Barea. Nowitzki a screen. Now here's Barea. Defense right on him. Here's Smith. And it's Dallas with another.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Thunder trailing by 15. Westbrook kicks to Eustace. Adams with the screen on Barea. The three from George. And there's the foul. It's on Steven Adams. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Measury, he's checked in for Nowitzki. McDermott comes in for Dwight Powell. And Yogi Ferrell subbed in for Smith. Raymond Felton, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Barea, the pass to Ferrell. Here's the screen. Back to Barea. Takes a big height bounce and goes in. Barea's got his first basket of the night.
Barea's jump shot is usually right on point. When he gets room to shoot, he's able to pull that trigger fast.
Here's Anthony. And there's another one for the Thunder.
I tell you what, fellas, he loves those mid-range jumpers. I mean, that's where he makes his money.
The feed to Barea. There's the pass to Measury. The three from Barnes. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Outside Westbrook. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
Boy, I tell you, he has been lights out. Sadly, they're still behind. He needs his guys to step up.
Measury kicks to Barnes. Barea against Adams. J.J. Barea again. Barea's got 4 points this quarter.
And, you know, Barea is extremely fast. Explodes to the basket whenever he sees a lane available.
Screen by Adams. And George kicks to Adams. Back to George. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And Paul George kind of made it known of his desire to leave for L.A. after this season, but big risk for the Thunder to make that move and trade for him.
And for Paul George, who knows what the future holds for him, but Greg, he is a great fit, it would seem, for the Thunder.
Listen, you give the Thunder another star to pair with Westbrook, and they're taking a leap of faith here with George.
And he knocks down the first one. Both teams will make substitutions. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Here's Ferrell. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. There's a screen. A 3 from Matthews. Abrinas with a rebound.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Clearly a frustrating missed opportunity there. Perfect screen. Got him the space he needed, but he bricked it.
Here's Ferrell. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. From past the arc. The shot, no good. And so we wrap up the first half. The Mavericks on top, up 10. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Harrison, an efficient first half of basketball. What's enabled the team to be so effective?
Just move the ball around. This team, they play extremely hard, so, we're not going to be able to get up and down as we usually do, so it's good for us to practice our half-court game.
Yeah, that's been working too. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. Time for the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Big-time play throughout the first half from Dennis Smith. He had 14 points and 1 rebound. Shaq, what's your take on Dallas?
Well, the perimeter shooting is the reason they're ahead. I think we'll probably see more of that in the second half, especially if they can stay hot. Man, that's so hot, I got to take my suit off.
And over to Kenny, your thoughts on the Thunder.
Well, they're facing a team that shot very well in the first half. Now, that being said, they probably weren't aggressive enough on the defensive end. That was the difference.
And that's all we can do for now. As the second half begins, we get you back to Kevin Harlan.
Cars crossing back and forth over the Margaret Hunt Hill Bridge as we welcome you back to Dallas. And the third quarter about ready to get underway. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
Yeah, I liked how they took the initiative. They were really locked into what they wanted, not letting the defense dictate their shot selection.
While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. Taking a look at the Thunder. Eustace is out there with Russell Westbrook. And then there's Steven Adams. Then it's Anthony. And it's George in at the 3. And he trims the lead to single digits. George has got the first points of the second half here for Oklahoma City. Barea dishes to Barnes. Back to Barea. He feeds it to Smith. Nowitzki a screen from the arc. The rebound by Paul George. Thunder trailing by 8. Shoots. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Smith kicks to Matthews. Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Barea against Adams. Barea, no good.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
Anthony against Barea. Elbow shot is on the way. Anthony's shot is off.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Nowitzki gets a wide open look. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. And that's 15 points for Nowitzki.
Kevin, how do you want it? Nowitzki can give it to you inside, outside, in between, off the dribble. I think that covers it all, doesn't it?
Anthony with it. Matthews covering. George passes to Anthony. Count that bucket. Anthony's got 6.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Nowitzki a screen. Barnes up top. Dallas moving it around. It's Anthony with the drive. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
And, you know, Carmelo Anthony is a special player, guys. A bulky, small forward with a quick trigger release, an elite scorer.
It's his first trip to the line.
You know, when you look at his numbers this season, he's had a respectable number, 77%.
He's had trouble putting up the same numbers from the foul line that he put up last season.
And the first one drops. Well, you could feel the clock ticking for Melo's time in New York, and this offseason, it finally ended, Greg.
Yeah, and for a team like this to add Melo to the mix, what a blessing. I mean, Melo still has a ton of offense to offer, and hard to add a player so skilled as Melo for practically nothing.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2. And Adams with the slam.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback.
Yeah, and if you look at it, had they been converting those second chances all along instead of waiting until now, who knows?
And it's the Mavericks with the ball. following the score by Oklahoma City.
Much respect. You got to give Matthews for that mid-range J now. He's automatic. His in-between game, filthy.
3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Anthony with the screen on Smith. Westbrook, and finished off by Westbrook.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screen play. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, that took the defender right out of the play.
Thunder trailing by 6. To the middle. Adams' shot is good. Adams has got 4 points this quarter.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Now, here is Smith. 14 points for him. Nowitzki, no good.
I can't explain what happened there, Kevin. I mean, he had the layup. Looked like it was a simple play. Somehow the defense threw him off just enough to cause a miss.
Adams, blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Adams has got 12 points in the game.
How about this run there in the midst of, on the verge of tying it up or maybe even taking the lead?
Has been an unreal turnaround, and I give a lot of credit to the defense right along with what they did on offense, because the defense actually gave them the spark they needed.
Down to 5 on the shot clock, and so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And Harrison Barnes, just a tremendous athlete at that small forward position. I think his strength enables him to guard up and hold his own against power forwards, and coaches love that versatility.
That's good from Barnes. And Greg, you look at the versatility of Barnes. He can defend, I think, 3 positions.
And that's what the league is all about now. Switching on picks, much more popular. And with an all-around solid defender like Barnes, it doesn't uncover mismatches.
Powell, he's jacked in for J.J. Barea. And so he makes both from the line.
And you got to appreciate the overall game of Barnes. He's efficient as a scorer and also works hard at the defensive end.
Pass to Eustis. He tries for 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. Nowitzki's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Powell with the screen. Here's Smith. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
There, Smith wouldn't be denied. I mean, you can body him up, but he still finds ways to score despite getting whacked.
All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Dallas.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
Couple that with just how well they've shot it from beyond, and they've made this thing look easy.
On the free throw, no good. Greg, the one thing about Patrick Patterson out of Kentucky, he is a smart basketball player.
Yeah, he's not the best rebounder or shot blocker, but the advanced stats love him, and he gets the job done at both ends of the floor.
Now here's Barnes, following the miss by Carmelo Anthony. Nowitzki a screen. Here's Smith, and it's Smith finishing it off.
You can't give Smith a clear lane to the hole, Kevin. I mean, when he sees it, he gets right into the defense and takes advantage of his speed.
Now here's Anthony. He has 7. It's deflected. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here.
All right, a chance to check out the stats for Matthews. His last 10 games, he's around 14 points per game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go. I like what I'm seeing right now.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
Smith on the wing. He's covered by Westbrook. And that one's good, Barnes. And it's a 10-point Maverick lead.
Fruitful possession, just doing what they can to extend the lead.
Yeah, that's tremendous efficiency there. I mean, you like seeing them put together these types of plays.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
One of the things that every great player has to have is a tremendous work ethic, and Harrison Barnes has the reputation of being an outstanding worker. He wants to be special, and he's willing to put the time in to give it a chance to happen.
Dallas making a switch here. McDermott's checked in. And a switch here also for Oklahoma City. Raymond Felton, he's checked in for Eustis. Smith against Westbrook. He dishes it to Anthony. Patterson, the screen. Can they get it? And it's Anthony with the jam.
Carmelo Anthony imposing his will inside. Doesn't take any time. Rising up for the dunk.
Westbrook against Smith. Barnes screen on Anthony. Here's Matthews, and the shot goes down. Matthews has got 4 this quarter.
I'm always appreciative of the aggressive mindset. Get it down in the paint and go to work with confidence.
In the corner, it's Felton. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got 4 assists in the game. Smith dishes to Barnes. Powell with the screen. Smith kicks to Barnes. And the dunk by Barnes.
Barnes taking over on offense, Kevin. He's feeling like, hey, nobody on defense can handle me. Sensational.
Now here's Felton. 5 points in the game. Patterson can't get it to go. Barnes passes to Smith. Powell with the screen. And here's Barnes for 3. But they recover it. McDermott dishes to Matthews. Over Felton. And it's Matthews again missing. Here's Ferguson. No good on the 3. Mavericks leading by 9. Shot from 16. That's good from McDermott on the assist by Matthews. Matthews has got 3 assists tonight. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 8 of 16 in the third quarter to put their second half shooting percentage right at 50%. Felton kicks to Westbrook. Passes it to Ferguson for the 3. The three-pointer is right on target. Ferguson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Yeah, they've had a great second half from long range, Greg. I mean, things are definitely starting to look up for him.
Now, here is Smith. 18 points for him. There's the foul. It's on Patrick Patterson. That's his first foul.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was 1 step late that time, Greg.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Grant's checked in. Here's Farrell. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. McDermott can't get it to go.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
You're exactly right. Patrolling the perimeter well and didn't allow the shooter to get off a clean look. That's what you would call A+ defense.
Here's Farrell following the score by Oklahoma City. He kicks to McDermott. They set the screen. Now the dish to Matthews. No good that time. Good D by Westbrook. Thunder trailing by 6. Outside, Felton. Patterson, the screen, and here's Westbrook from the arc. Missed it. He's now made 6 of 10 from the field. Matthews with it. Now Felton defending. Yep, it counts. Farrell's got his first bucket of the night.
And, you know, Rick Carlisle was the 70th pick of the '84 draft by the Boston Celtics, and he's the head coach of the Mavericks now, but he also had a 5-year playing career.
Now here's Patterson. Westbrook passes to Patterson. Off target with his 3. Mavericks leading by 8. Wesley Matthews on the wing. Kicks it to Powell. Back to Matthews. Powell with the screen. 3-pointer. Russell Westbrook with the rebound. Westbrook's got 4 rebounds in this game. And Carlisle winning a title with the Celtics in his 2nd season.
One of just a dozen or so people, Kevin, to win a title, both as a player and as a coach. Of course, he guided the Mavs to that championship back in 2011.
It was beautiful the first time, but Under Armour showing us the replay of that tremendous alley-oop again. Another unleash chaos moment. Now here's McDermott. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Just 3 to shoot. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. McDermott's got 4 this quarter.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Yeah, they're relying on their 3-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
1:05 left in the 3rd quarter of the game. Farrell kicks to McDermott. Powell with the screen. The 11-footer. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. McDermott's got 6.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And that's a tough one, but on those illegal screen calls, the defender's never going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Those are facts, man. I mean, if he's sliding his feet just a skosh, the refs are going to whistle him for it.
Measury, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Barea comes in for Wesley Matthews. Then for the Thunder, Adams comes in for Patrick Patterson. And Abrinas subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Offensive rebound. And the basket good by Measury. Measury's got his 2nd basket.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
You're right on target there, Greg. Of the last 10 points they've allowed, 8 have come from in close.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. The Thunder have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12.
Shooting 2.
They throw good, Adams. And so Adams nails both of them. Dallas leading by 7.
Don't have to be in a hurry. They can hold for the last one.
That's exactly what they should do. I mean, you don't want to give the opponent another possession here. Make sure you get the last one.
Farrell kicks to McDermott. That'll go on McDermott. That's his first foul.
Oh, great defense. They anticipated the play and got there first.
And not afraid to put his body on the line either, Greg. He took a shot for the team in that situation.
That one doesn't go. And so it's Dallas. bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Rick Carlisle had some words for his team. Let's hear what he had to say.
Right now it's winning time, all right? Right now it's winning time. We got to make plays down there and down here.
Looking for the big push now, you can tell. Rick Carlisle asking his guys to take it up a notch, maybe finish this thing off.
Yeah, I mean, they've been fighting, biting, scratching, and clawing here all night, but this is where you need to zero in and close the door.
Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play getting started. They've got J.J. Barea. Measury is out there with Farrell. Then it's McDermott. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
Boy, I like how fast, how quickly he went up with the shot, realizing that his man had no chance.
Felton kicks to Grant. McDermott with the steal. Here we go, all alone. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And the first one at the line is good. Eustace comes in for Raymond Felton. And McDermott drops them both. So it's the Thunder now. They trail by 11. Next up, they'll face the Suns. That'll be in Phoenix. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. Grant kicks to Eustace. Screen by Adams. Here's Abrinas. Measury with the rebound. Dallas leading by 11. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Here's Farrell. Pass to Measury. 4 on the shot clock. It's hauled in by Adams.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Here's Abrinas. The pass to Eustace. Grant with a screen on Barea. Eustace kicks to George. Down low. And with that, the Maverick lead is cut down to 9 in the bucket from Eustace.
And you know what? When Paul George sees an open teammate, he doesn't hesitate. I mean, he quickly gets the ball out of his hands. It doesn't stick with him.
Farrell kicks to Measury. They set the pick. Fires from 14. They get it again. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a 3-point play. Going to the line for 1.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Dallas. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. A chance here to get a quick injury report. And now David Aldridge has an update for us on Russell Westbrook. What's the news, David?
Kevin, I caught up with the head athletic trainer for Oklahoma City. He told me that in his opinion, the injury does not appear to be too serious.
Okay, Dave, thanks. Sounds like he won't be out for too long. Shot is good, and the Mavericks' lead is cut down to 10 on the bucket from Abrinas. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Mejri, the pass to Farrell. Nowitzki, a screen. From deep, Barea. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Thunder trailing by 10. Here's Abrinas. They double him with Nowitzki. Outside for George. And Adams now top of the key. Here's Abrinas. Shot clock at 5. It's tipped, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Yeah, refusing to give up anything easy. Solid defense, and I like that attitude.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Smith has checked in. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. George, no good. Mavericks leading by 10. Now Barea. Nowitzki outside. Shoots over Adams. Back to Barea. Nowitzki a screen. A second chance effort. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. And the Mavericks lead by 12.
That was an outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Dallas has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Smith dishes to Barea. Five on the clock. And Nowitzki has it in the corner. Shoots over Grant. That's good from Nowitzki on the assist by Barea. And that's 17 points for Dirk Nowitzki. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's George. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Well, you have to be really on your toes when you're defending Paul George. He's excellent when it comes to using the pump fake to draw fouls.
And J.J. Barea grew up a big fan of Allen Iverson. He's not the answer, Clark, but Barea certainly in that mold as a player 6 feet and under with a quickness who can break down the defense.
And he plays with an aggressiveness and an edge that's similar to what Iverson brought. Iverson was the number 1 overall pick. Barea, Kevin, undrafted. Certainly he's exceeded expectations. He's got a great change of pace in his play, and he was really instrumental in Dallas's 2011 title run.
And he makes the first. Barnes, he's checked in for Dallas. Anthony's checked in for Oklahoma City. He hits both from the stripe. Mavericks leading by 12. Barea with it. Now defended by Adams. Screen by Smith. There's a good screen. McDermott kicks to Nowitzki. Over Anthony. Shot clock at 6. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Outside, George. McDermott with a steal. Fast break, Dallas. Here's Barnes. Can't connect from short range. Thunder trailing by 12. Outside Anthony. Pass to Abrinas. Anthony on the wing. From out on the wing, he knocks it down.
He is pouring it on in the second half, guys. I mean, a much better showing than he had before the break.
Now, here is Smith. Feeds to Barea. Shoots the 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. And the Mavericks lead by 13.
And, you know, Barea is a fairly consistent three-point threat. You can't sleep on him out there.
Anthony, the pass to George. Back to Anthony. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got 4 assists now tonight.
It's really been a tale of 2 halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
McDermott, no one around him. Another 3 for Dallas.
And since halftime, he has been a different player.
Thunder trailing by 13. And here's George. Dishes to Anthony. It's stolen by Barea. To the middle. It's tipped. And now a fast break for the Thunder. Here's Abrinas. Another shot. Smith with it. The feed now to Barea. Now here's McDermott, defended by George. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. First one falls for him.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
Russell Westbrook in for Oklahoma City. And McDermott drops them both. Thunder trailing by 15. Here's Eustace. Westbrook kicks to Eustace. And here's George for 3. Here's Adams. Count that as his 7th field goal in 10 tries. He's shooting a very good 70%.
Much love goes his way. I mean, he refused to give up on the glass. Nice to see him rewarded because of his hustle.
Barea with it. Westbrook picks him up. Barea kicks to Nowitzki. Smith outside. Nowitzki a screen. Goes up off the pick. And the dunk by Barnes.
Now we've talked Barnes is athletic, he's strong, but he also has good bounce. So he gets up fast to ram it home.
Westbrook against Smith. Good for his 8th field goal. He's attempted a dozen shots.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
Now here's Barea. Not a lot of room. Westbrook pulls it in. Westbrook's got 5 rebounds tonight.
Unfortunately, his shot has been everywhere, all over the place. Can't buy a basket. However, his teammates got him covered. They didn't get a chance to knock one down in the first, but the defense left him a look, and he nailed it. He'll make them pay when he's open.
Nowitzki a screen. Smith kicks to Nowitzki. And here's Barnes for 3. No good there. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way.
But still, eventually you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again.
Eustace passes to Westbrook. It's stolen by Smith. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top, but instead he'll shoot free throws. Steven Adams picks one up.
Boy, and that electrifying speed of Smith puts the defense on its heels, forcing them to hit him when he's penetrating inside.
The free throw drops for Smith. Wesley Matthews checked in for McDermott. Smith hits them both. So here's Westbrook. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
And you know, Westbrook is fearless. Likes getting deep inside and finishing around the rim and plays in attack mode all the time.
One shot.
On the free throw, no good.
I tell you what, age ain't nothing but a number when you talk about the impact of Dirk Nowitzki. I mean, with his size and shooting touch, he creates so many openings for himself and his teammates offensively.
Now, here is Smith. Clock at 6. Nowitzki a screen.
It's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
And Nowitzki's turnaround, an unblockable shot when he's hitting. Greg, he's unguardable.
And even though he's lost a little lift in the legs, he's worked hard to kind of quicken his release. And just another tweak for a guy who's made a career of adding layers to his Hall of Fame game.
And he makes the first. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. You gotta like what Dennis Smith has done in this game.
I don't think the defense has an answer for him, Kevin. I mean, he's simply going off right now, knocking down everything.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Harrison Barnes.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
He's played up to his full potential tonight, and he's been playing to the crowd, too. He loves being the star attraction, even if it doesn't happen on a regular basis. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to listen to what Billy Donovan said to his team. He is not happy with the turnovers. He said, we have got to get some shots. It's as simple as that, guys. Play smart and value the basketball. We'll see if the message sunk in, Kevin.
Here's Eustace. Here's Anthony. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it.
Well, you got to respect the jump shot of Anthony because he's got the ultimate green light. And because of that freedom, he's a dangerous guy on the perimeter.
Now, here's Barea. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Yeah, and you can tell they feel like they can get inside whenever they want to. I mean, it's been carte blanche, full menu for them, and the defense really not offering any resistance.
So it's the Thunder now, following the score by Dallas. And yes, it's good. Anthony's got 14 points here in the second half.
And Melo's jumper is pure. You feel like it's going in every time he gets a clean look at the rim.
There's a minute 47 left in the fourth quarter. Passes it to Nowitzki. Wants to get it to Barea and does. Wide open. He fired. 3 off the mark. Thunder trailing by 10. Here's Eustace. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple. Now Smith. We've got 1:23 to play here in the fourth. There's a screen. And Matthews gets to Smith. From deep. Goes back up. Barnes. On his 15th attempt, he missed his 9th basket. He has the 60% tonight.
Barnes is strong and athletic, aggressive on that last, not afraid. to get in there and mix it up.
Houston passes to Anthony. And that's going to be a travel. They burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well.
Berea dishes to Smith. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
And you know, this is what's needed at this point in the game, Greg. The great teams know how to close it out.
Free throw by Smith. And another possession here. A 12-point game. Westbrook kicks to George. He feeds it to Carmelo. Over Barnes. To Nowitzki with the rebound. Guys, I gotta think of that here would see it.
No question. That would be all she wrote.
Barnes passes to Matthews. Dishes to Berea. There's the three. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Anthony nowhere around. Oklahoma City gets it back.
There's another opportunity. Everything's going right for these guys.
George with the bucket.
Well, when you start counting the ways that George can score, it's really impressive. There's so many different things he does to get the ball in the basket. And when you're defending him, it's really a matter of picking your points.
So Mavericks gets the win here. Even on the line, it seemed like they were happy to play home tonight.
It's a big difference. Once they start to really play in the rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin Turner, we all be able to play them inside tonight.
Our points are important, especially we got to push the ball. That's where we are best. We know the other minded Argentina, but if we do it, it's okay. And then we got to play the trench off. Make it defense collapse. Finish on the last pass. I'm always going to get in there. That was big for us.
Yeah, you're right. That did improve tonight. Thanks again. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We're going to be once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg and this is Carolina. Thank you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. So long, good night, everyone.